Welcome to the Vitch fam. Van Life Building Edition. Now, what are we doing today? We are installing new windows made by Vantek windows in Huntington Beach. We will be installing a total of how many windows? 5. That's right, 5 windows. But today we might install only 1 or 2. Probably 2 on this, on the passenger side and on the driver's side. On the next day, we will be installing 3 bunker windows. Watch how we install it, and we might be able to show you how you could do the installation process as well. Enjoy the video. In case if you're wondering why I have this on, I had a foot injury, so ignore my slipper. She was being stupid and crashed, not paying attention. Shh. And don't mind and don't pay attention to my eyebrows. My wife did this. So don't mind this. It was all her. These are all the basic tools that you need to install a new window. You obviously need a battery for your drill or for the grinder or a dead angle grinder. You then need 3 different types of grit to make it finish. Sand it, take off any excessive metal, rough edges, and then sand it down, whatever is rough, and at the end, you just finish it and make it smooth. You also need a pin punch. This helps you trace the lines where you would want to cut, and I'll show you how to use it. You also need a hammer as well to hit the pin punch. And finally, you will need a unibit drill to make holes for the jigsaw. Oh, that's right. I forgot one more tool. Hold on. I will be using this to cut out some of the metal to install the window. This will be used to drill holes for the jigsaw to access it all the way through. You will need 8 holes, 2 on the top corner, 2 on the other top corner for easy access to make an easy curve. And lastly, safety glasses. That is the most important part for your eyes. You want to cherish them. You don't want to go to the doctors or the hospitals for any metal shards or debris in your eye, right? Right. We use Bomber Eyewear. They make one of the most safest glasses as well. That is what I love about these safety glasses for the protection on the sides. Let's start this project. Come on, let's go. I forgot to add 2 more things. You will also need 2 suction cups to hold the window and hoist them up, and you definitely need blue tape. Now, the first step, we need to remove any excessive metal. You just have to cut symmetrical lines all the way down this way. You want to remove that and then start to punch it using a pin punch all the way through. Then on the outside, you can see the indents and you just follow the tape trace all the way around to cut it out. And it makes your life much easier. If you don't have a pin punch and you guess, you're going to have a lot of crooked lines and you don't want that. I'll show you right now. When you begin making cuts, make sure you don't overdo it and cut all the way through and you don't cut to the outside. You only want to cut the first layer of metal on the inside and do a straight line. As always, before you start to cut, make sure you use really good safety glasses. Hold on. This has a double wall, a sticky mount on the inside. You will either need probably a razor or a knife to cut through it and remove that. I will be using a knife. That is what I'm going to be using. Oh, that's cool. You can see all the bird poop. That's good luck. Oh yeah. Just leave it there. Do you see all the indents? It helps to cut it straight. Ah, you understand. We need tape now? Yes. You see where all the indents are? It helps me trace the line where to cut on the inside than just doing it wrong and jagged. You can see it along the edge right here. Nice. Now we will put blue tape evenly all the way through around. We are ready for cutting. Now, as you can see, using that pin punch for the indents helps me trace a line and it looks perfect. And I'm sure you're wondering why I made a double row of tape all the way around. When I begin grinding the metal, it prevents the paint on the outside from scratching. And when you begin to cut that line, the metal or the paint will begin to fray, so the tape helps to keep it all together. Now I'm going to begin drilling 8 holes, 2 on each corner. Why? This is easy access for the jigsaw and it's easy to cut around the corners and then straight. From there, I'm able to maneuver it and make another straight line all the way around. I'll show you right now. I will be drilling 8 holes. With that, it'll be easier for the jigsaw to get in and make its way around the corner. Now you can see the 8 holes have already been drilled, and now it's time to start using the jigsaw. I will do all the corners and then do straight lines all the way around to make it quicker. Now I'm sure you're wondering why this is all taped off. It prevents the paint from scratching when you drag it across the metal. Are you ready? Watch, I'm going to start cutting. Now you see there's a perfect cut along this corner. That's what the holes are for. Pro tip, when you begin to cut, always leave 1/16 or 1/8 of thickness, because if you remove too much metal, there's no way of going back. Now I have big help and he's going to help push it. Yay, well done. You see that? My wife is hard at work right now. Hard working. Well done. Now, your best bet is to put it in a safe place, in a safe environment, because if someone trips over it, you can definitely cut someone, so I'd better throw it in the trash now. So open. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a nice breeze. Now I'm really excited because this is the perfect time to test to see if it fits. If it feels great, then we're going to do all the final touch-ups all the way around. We're going to prime it to prevent it from any corroding or from any rusting throughout all the edges. Then we're going to install a seam. And finally, we're going to touch up the window, make it perfect, prime it, put the glue in, and stick it on. I'm so excited. Let's hurry up. I can't wait to see it. Yeah, me too. Now we're going to test to see if the window fits. Let's go. We just put down some old towels so it won't scratch the window. I'm so excited to put the window in and see what it looks like.
No.
It's hard.
What's a bummer? This is too big for the glue that I have. I have to go to the store and buy an even smaller one. So I'm about ready to put on the window on the van. Finally, we bought the right one for the caulk, but now it's smaller. Do you see the difference? This one will work way better. Now my wife has a little job to do. She has to warm up all of the glue because it's going to be really hard to squeeze it out. We have to warm it up and it'll be easier to come out. Now I need to make all edges smooth and not sharp by using sandpaper. Make sure you don't cut your fingers. If it starts to feel smooth, then it's ready. Now you can see all the edges I did about a 1/2 inch to an inch, so that way the primer absorbs better, and then the glue adheres better as well. Now we have to install the seam. You don't need to use a mallet or a hammer, you just need to use your hands to pop it in, start from the middle, and work your way all the way around. If you have any excessive seam left, cut it and match it from the beginning perfectly. There's 2 layers. You want to make sure you put it on the inside. So far, it's been fitting perfectly, but the suction cups suck. I don't trust it. I think we should probably use both of our hands. Do you agree? Great. Now we need to clean up the window really well and apply a primer all around the edges. We will prime it and then glue and then stick it on. Are you ready? We did it. It's bad. We failed. Both windows have multiple leaks, which means we have to do it all over again. Well, that's part of our van life building journey. Yep. Well, I failed. I already made an appointment with DTC over. They will be helping me remove it and refine it for us. I would not want to mess it up again. So I want to make this project continue. So now I will be working on 3 of the bunker windows, 2 on the passenger side and 1 on the driver's side. Why I'm doing 2 on the passenger side is for a bed, just for a good view, and for the kitchen area here as well. You can look out while you cook, and 1 on the driver's side for the bed. In the middle of the section will be a shower and a storage cabinet, so you don't need a bunk window there. So we'll have 1 on the driver's side and 2 on the passenger side. This is a Vantek bunk window. It shows the driver's side or the passenger side. Let me show you. This is for the inside where you mount the window, and it holds all the holes for the screws. These are all the screws. The reason why I picked this is because of the quality. Wow, this is top notch, and not just that, it comes with a built-in mesh. It's really nice. Also, it comes with a template on where to cut the holes. And it's perfect. And this bunker window
doesn't require any silicone to install it. You could if you want to, but it also comes with some type of foam to prevent any water leakage. I need to find the perfect center line. Make sure you measure twice before cutting. Not once, but measure it twice. This is where the center is, so I'm going to remeasure again to make sure I have the center. (41 inches divided by 2 means 20.5. I also read on the form a lot of people said to go at least 1 inch below this line. This is 1 inch. That's where you want the window to be sitting, right above that line. I don't know if you can see the marker line that I put down here. That's where you want to remove it for the window. Not all of this, just this portion right here, just to leave some support underneath. I'm going to cut this right now, but safety first. Bomber eyewear to keep your eyes safe. Let's go. So, now we already removed these 2 metal plates, and now it's time to make a test fit. This is the center, and now I have to see what's the center of this. I think it's telling me the center is right here. That's the center. Let me measure it really quick. The line is helping me and telling me where the center of this is. Perfect. This is the template. Looks good on my end. I am ready to start making 8 holes just like I did in the other window. Then it's time to cut it out. Finally, I can see you. Yeah. Now I will have to clean up the sharp edges. And then I'm going to install a prime paint to prevent it from any corroding or rust. Then I'm going to make a test fit and see how it fits. Finally, 2 windows are both cut out, and now I'm going to do a primer. Then I'm ready to put both windows on. Let's go. Finally, I am finished. We're going to do a water test and see if there's any leaks. And it passed. There was a few mistakes, and author fixed it. We did it on all of them, and I'm so excited. I definitely can feel that it's all coming together really soon, and we're going to start installing the AC next. I'm so excited. And of course now it's raining, so we're going to have to hold on that. Finally, we did it, finished both windows. Mission accomplished. Now we are getting our windows fixed because we do have some leaks, so now we gotta start all over again. This is the company that I purchased my glass from, and they work together with this company. They told him to install it for us and help us out. This is my guy, Edgar. He built this van. This is his personal van.
What's up, Kurt?
There's a bed over here on this side that folds down. This is a refrigerator, a domestic. This is a battery system. Wow. This folds down just like that into a bed. This is some really nice storage. This is a system. Arthur loves his van life a little too much. Now he's going to start working on it, and he said I did a terrible job. He's going to start cutting out the window and take it off. The orange suction cup he has on there, you have to twist it, and the line will cut off the glue on the inside. I'm really interested. I get to see it from the inside. That's a suction cup. I can see the window about to pop off. It looks like it's disconnecting. He started cutting through, and some of it broke because there was too much glue. I followed the instructions, did 1/4. He said some areas there's too much glue and some areas there's not enough. I think this window is much worse because I remember we put a lot of glue in this one. Oof. See, he's putting it all the way through and all the way around, and it carves itself out. That's really interesting. It looks like it's a lot of work to keep moving it, just to remove it. I didn't do that good of a job. It looks like he has to call a specialist for the windows who can remove it because he doesn't have the special type of tools to remove it completely. Most windows My window is set up a lot differently with a bunch of different edges. So those lines keep breaking off. I've broken a bunch of lines and it's such a bummer. So now he has to call a glass tech to come and they'll have a special tool to cut through it. Take it off and then he's going to do the rest of the work. That's a lesson learned. Better to have a shop do it the first time. Like I said, I've never experienced installing windows before, so yeah. Now we are at Five Guys, waiting for our window guy to be finished at noon. So we're going to go grab some food, come back, and have our window installed. And it cost us, how much? $250 for one window, which means we have 2 windows to do. So it is $500. That is our biggest mistake. But it's part of the van building experience, and wow. There's nothing perfect, and now we're learning. You know, sometimes when you learn, there's always going to be mistakes. Learn from it, and now you'll know next time to be very careful. And it's perfect for you guys to see how the van life process is and what it takes to build a van. It's definitely a learning curve. And, you know, sometimes we are not perfect, right? We make mistakes, and that one costed us money, so. The specialist for the glass is here. He's looking at it, and oof. Most glass has a flush. Mine has a bunch of indents in it, and those indents are for the window screen to move it. He's trying to figure out how to take it off and put it back on. My biggest mistake costed me money, but I would rather have someone do it right and be done with it. He could do it himself, but he needs a special gun for the caulk just to make it easier because it's really hard on your hands. He said typically when people use a handgun, the lines are really rigid, and those rigid lines can cause an uneven balance of caulk. When it's uneven, there's a lot of leaking. An electric one, you have a steady, even pace. And now I realized. I'll show you what the electric gun looks like. The one that I have at home is a handgun, and he said next time if you want to do any general work, it's always better to use an electric gun. From his experience back in the day, he used a handgun and experienced a lot of mistakes. He went to electric and everything's been good since. See, whatever I put was a lot of glue and it still wasn't sticking great. It's best to use an electric gun and have a straight line. You can see that mine are a little jagged. This is the seal right here. And it's tight on there. Oh, see right here, the double row? The man told me, he hadn't told me before, but you have to squish it and put it in, and I put it only on one side. You're actually supposed to put it in between both walls. And that's another mistake that I made. See how he's doing it? Squishing it and putting it in between both metal slabs. He's putting the primer all around it. That's this black stuff right here. That's the primer.
Did I do a bad job? Oh yeah, you did.